What's up everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be filming episode 2 of What the did I just read? So this is season 3 and guys, I'm not going to lie, this is one of my favorite videos to film. I think this marks a full year that I've been doing these videos, and they're just so fun. So if you want to catch up on past videos, they'll all be linked in the description box below. You don't have to watch any of them to understand what's happening, because they're all spoiler-free reviews of certain books. And in today's video, I am going to be reviewing So Thirsty, and I'm very, very excited. So I think I read a book for this in a past season. I meant to check before filming this intro, but here we are. I'm pretty sure, what was the author's past books? Let's do a little Goodreads search really quick because, oh no, I think I read her last release, which was a werewolf book, which I did not like, for like a Halloween video a few years ago. But I didn't read her last release, which was Black Sheep, and I meant to read that. So in 2022, I read Such Sharp Teeth by this author for like a Halloween video, and I did not like it very much. And so I've been a little bit hesitant to read anything else by Rachel Harrison, but I am very curious about Black Sheep though. Like, I do also want to read that. I'm not sure, guys. Okay, well, for this video, I'm going to read So Thirsty because it's the newest release, and that is what I do in these videos, is I read new releases. And if you want to help me get new releases early for review, subscribing to my channel does help me out a ton. A like on the video goes a long way. Please let me know in the comments, have you read Rachel Harrison? And like, what is your history with her? Are you going to read this book? What did you think about my thoughts on the book, which I don't even know yet because I'm in the past right now. But I'm suspecting that I will not like this book very much. So you might be wondering, why are you reading it, Zach? Because it does sound interesting, okay? It does sound interesting. I don't know that much about it. I just know that it's a vampire book. And I remember the last time I read one of her books, it does have like some what the bleep elements in it. Rather, it's like, let me straighten you guys out a little bit. Holy moly. Rather, it's like why is this what's happening? Like, why? There's just like a lot of what the bleep elements in it. So either way, I want to read this book, and so we're going to do it in this video. I have been waiting to read the synopsis until I filmed this intro because I wanted to like react to it with you all. I do have the audio from Penguin Random House Audio, so thank you so much, Penguin Random House. They basically fund a lot of my What the Bleep episodes. By fund, I mean they give me early access to the audios of a lot of the books that I want to do for this series. So thank you so much, Penguin Random House. And also, I need to say, this is narrated by my favorite narrator, Brittany Presley. So shout out to her. She is like the best narrator, which makes me wonder, like, can I possibly dislike a book narrated by Brittany Presley? Like, I don't really think so, because I love her narration so much. Okay, let's read this together. A woman must learn to take life by the throat after a night out leads to irrevocable changes in this juicy, thrilling novel from USA Today bestselling author of Such Sharp Teeth and Black Sheep. Okay, Sloane Parker is dreading her birthday. Oh, why? She doesn't need a reminder she's getting older, oh, of course, or that she's feeling indifferent about her own life. Her husband surprises her with a birthday weekend getaway, not with him, but with Sloane's longtime best friend, troublemaker extraordinaire, Naomi. Sloane anticipates a weekend of wine tasting and cozy robes and strategic avoidance of issues she'd rather not confront, like her husband's repeated infidelity. But when they arrive at their rental cottage, a cottage, it becomes clear Naomi has something else in mind. She wants Sloane to stop letting things happen to her, for Sloane to really live. So Naomi orchestrates a wild night out with a group of mysterious strangers, only for it to take a horrifying turn that changes Sloane's and Naomi's lives literally forever. I mean, I guess they get turned into vampires. The friends are forced to come to terms with some pretty eternal consequences in this bloody, seductive novel about how it's never too late to find satisfaction, even though it might taste different than expected. I do like that last sentence a lot. How it's never too late to find satisfaction, even though it might taste different than expected. Okay, so this is actually reminding me of the last book that I read of hers, such sharp teeth. And I think one of my critiques when I read that book was that it wasn't really about her becoming a werewolf. It was more about her relationship with her sister, is what I remember. And now that I have expectations of something like that, I bet this one's going to be about like friendship, and then like hopefully she leaves her husband because it sounds like he's cheating on her, but it sounds like it's going to be more about like transitional life change than about the actual vampirism. And so that's something I need to keep in mind, because that's what really let me down last time. So maybe going in with better expectations, it being narrated by Brittany Presley, hopefully we'll have a better time with this than expected. I'm still gonna predict about a 3-star rating. Yeah, I'm really excited to read and review this for you guys. So stay tuned for my future thoughts. I will update you guys either in the middle or at the end. I'll let you guys know how it's going. All right, I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Guys, I don't even know where to start with this. So it's 2 days later. I have finished listening to this. It's like 2 or 3 days later. I have finished listening to this on audio, and I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about this. I have some notes on my phone, as always. I do want to give a shout out to Sussy Stories for recommending an app in the Discord. This is another reason why you should join the Discord. It's free to everybody. Don't know if I've talked about it yet in this video because it's been a minute since I filmed the intro. It's linked in the description box below. But we're doing a challenge in the Discord where a lot of us are trying to read a certain amount of pages over a certain amount of time. So like from now until the end of October, I'm trying to read 30 pages a day, and we're all keeping each other accountable. And in that, an app was recommended to me. What's the name of this app? Called Bookmory. It's Bookmory. It's amazing. I can't tell you guys all the things that it does. There is a paid version, but I don't have the paid version. Even in the free version, it does so much. Like you can track your reading goal, like how many pages you want to read in a day. You can take notes on the book. You can rate the book. You can start reading sessions where it has a timer. It gives you statistics. It does so many things. But I'm going to be reading through my notes of the book for you guys for this. First of all, Brittany Presley narrated this book. That aspect, 5 stars. Amazing narration. Thank you again, Penguin Random House. You guys are awesome. Brittany Presley, you're awesome. This author, I have learned, is not for me. So let's talk about this. At first, I really liked the main character. You guys know I read you the synopsis. So she's down on her luck and her husband is cheating on her. But for her birthday, he buys her a ticket for her and her best friend Naomi to go to this resort to celebrate her birthday. While she's there, she sees like on her Ring camera that her husband is in fact cheating on her. And so she's in a pretty bad mood. I would be too, honestly. Don't blame her for that. However, everything that this character does from here on to the end is pretty emotionally immature. The cheating is not taken seriously. I mean, in some ways it is, but like she's not processing any of it. There's not much that's emotionally mature in this book. And why that's particularly irritating for me is that all of this author's books that I've read and that I've read about are all very character driven. This entire book is slow and it's a character driven story. It's a character study, and that's fine. However, the things that the character does in this book don't make any sense and they're extremely immature. So I felt like I wasted time reading this book. It's a 9-hour audio, so I listen at 2 times speed. That's as fast as you can go on Penguin Random House, and that's fine. That's what I should listen anyways. I feel like I wasted 4.5 hours reading this book, to be honest with you. So at the beginning, I was kind of liking it. There were some spooky scenes. The resort that they were at felt pretty spooky. This would be a book that you'd want to read around Halloween time. And then about a third of the way through, I started writing things like, this is not very believable. It's a little creepy touch-wise, meaning all of a sudden we're thrown into these random sex scenes, like this orgy at a party randomly. I wrote things like, this is like adult Twilight. And I have a quote for you guys that was very what the bleep, because out of nowhere we end up at an orgy. I try to warn people who might be watching my videos when there are children around. I'm about to read a quote that you don't want a child or someone who you don't want to hear about sexual encounters here. So that's your warning. So out of nowhere, they end up at this party. That's obviously the vampires that are going to turn them, because you can see it coming from a mile away. And it's also pretty much in the synopsis that this is a vampire novel. And it says, the quote is, "It's hard to have a conversation when someone behind you is getting spanked." I'm not reading a dark romance. Like, what? And I'm fine with there being sex in the books that I'm reading. In fact, like, if it's an adult book, I expect it, and I'm fine with that. But, like, why are we randomly at this orgy? Like, what is happening? And then later they're playing, like, later in the book at a part, no spoilers again, but at a point later in the book, they start playing Truth or Dare. And I'm like, are you guys in high school? What is happening? What the bleeps of this were very much like, why is this character doing this? And what the is happening? What is happening? Like, what? And like some other things that I wrote were, at least Vampire Boy is interesting. I felt like the vampire main character was, at least when he was there, was interesting somewhat, but that changed towards the end of the book. I wrote that the characters are pretty one-dimensional. If you've read this author before, you'll know what to expect. She writes these really character-driven stories where nothing really happens. And I know that there are people out there who like this author. So if you've liked her work before, then I would expect that you're going to like this. If you haven't liked her work before, then I wouldn't expect that you're going to like this. It's a lot of the same thing, just a vampire story. If you want adult Twilight, then maybe try this. But I really did not like it. It takes a lot for me to give a book 2 stars, and I went back and forth about what I was going to rate this, and I just got nothing from it, and I felt like I wasted so much time reading this book. And then there were like some random things at the end of the book that happened, and I was like, why is this even happening? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like, in summary, I did not like this book at all, and I wasted time. That's the what the bleep. Like, where can I get my time back for this book? I am glad that I'm reviewing this, though, because I know that a lot of people are going to want to know if this is good. This is a big release of the year. A lot of people are expecting it, and so to be able to weigh in for you guys, I feel like was not a waste of my time. People who would like this, again, if you've liked the author before, you might like it. If you don't mind slow burn character stories where not a lot, I mean, like, I don't know, guys, I gave this book 2 stars. So for me, it's hard to say who would like this, but if you've watched my channel before, then you have a pretty good understanding of my taste, and this was not for me. It just straight up was not for me. There are some, like, random hints of cannibalism at one point in the book that just came out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck is actually happening? Like, what is actually happening in this book? I don't understand. I wrote, what you really should know is that this is more of a character study than anything else. Don't expect a lot more. But later in the book, I realized that, like, yeah, it is a character study, but also nothing's really happening. Oh my god, it was so frustrating. There was so much potential for this character to grow, and for it also, like, this is not a horror. I don't know why this is shelved in the horror. This is not a horror. There's nothing, I mean, I guess, like, maybe some of the... No, it's not a horror. Sorry, my cat is playing with some paper next to me, but it is not a horror. Like, no. Just no. Moving on. Honestly, the last 2 books that I've read, I've given 2 stars and have not liked in my life. I'm hoping that August will pick up because this ain't it. This ain't it. But I'm glad that I read this book because I wanted to, and I'm glad that I was able to review... review it for you guys. I am curious in the comments, if you're watching this video after you've read it and you liked the book, please tell me. Please tell me what you liked about it. I'm not going to be offended. I would actually love to hear what people liked about this book. To be honest, I would love to hear that. If you've read it and you didn't like it, I'd also like camaraderie, like, tell me why. And if you want to read the book even after what I've said, would love to hear from you. And if you don't want to read the book, I want to hear from you guys, especially after going through this book. Like, talk to me, please. Another way that you can talk to me, like I said, is in the Discord. So if you are looking for more friends around reading and things like that, join us over in the Discord. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love doing What the Bleep. Even though I did not like this book, I'm glad I read it. I had a good time reviewing it. And I hope that I helped you guys figure out if the book is for you or not, because that's my main goal in my channel, really, is to help people understand if they want to read books or not. And then to rant when I want to rant, which this was a rant, and to be very excited and share my love of books like recently I did with Slow Dance. I absolutely loved that book. So to have a place to do that where people are tuning in, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and for commenting and just being here. Thank you so much for Penguin Random House for giving me an early audio copy, and thank you to NetGalley for giving me an early Kindle copy to read for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video and then in the next episode of What the Bleep. Thank you guys so much. Bye.